What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Champion Over Everything podcast. I got my country cousin here today, Craig Flame Cook. What's up, Craig?
How y'all doing?
Man, flame on, right?
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
Look, this is the founder of Torch Fitness. This is my little cousin, man, and I just kind of wanted to bring him on the show today to talk about what he's been doing and pretty much inspire us through fitness. I told y'all I was going to provide y'all with some special episodes. So this will be the first of the series that we do for fitness, just to kind of give you a glimpse as to what to expect. So Craig, man, you're out there in Dallas, Texas, man. You've been doing some amazing things from, the fitness, getting in shape and doing the competitions. You're a model, I see now, man.
I'm trying.
Like, dude gonna be in GQ. Watch what I tell you. He gonna be in GQ. So, man, kind of tell us a little bit about your journey and how you started in. I don't really want to say weight building, because I mean what you do is more of just weight building. It's kind of like changing fitness and changing our mindsets, right? So, kind of give me your backstory.
First of all, y'all, it's been a long journey, you guys. If you told me 2 years ago, 3 years ago that I'd be doing all this, like I think you'd be lying. Like, I'll probably laugh in your face. But it all started when I moved to Dallas. Like, Dallas was my turning point for me, and like a big change in my life. And when I really got into the fitness mode and into my profession. I moved to Dallas about 5 years ago because of a job. I got a job offer in Dallas for the VA, the Veterans Hospital, and that's where the fitness is it really introduced, and it really took off for me.
Okay. So Craig, check this out. Back in high school, man, I remember when Craig stayed with me for a little bit, man, and that's another story. I was serious in a minute, but I remember back in high school, I saw you with this Letterman jacket on, and what were you doing? Powerlifting during that particular time?
Oh yeah, I was.
Okay.
I've been a lifelong athlete. Football, powerlifting, all type of sports throughout high school.
Gotcha.
But doing school and my internship, it was about to be honest, you guys, I went through about a depression, you know. And us as black people, we really don't like to admit or speak on our troubles or our trials and tribulations. But I went through this phase, you guys, where I was depressed, and I gained like over 50, 60 pounds. And
so that's why you were chubby.
Oh yeah.
Like, not being funny, like seriously though, because it was depressing. Because I remember like when I first met Craig, when Craig was still in high school, this dude was like rocked up. So between you transitioning from high school to college, like when you started living with us, I remember you like. Craig could put on some weight, but he still was going to the gym, because I started going to the gym. I couldn't hang with the dude, but I started going to the gym with him. But man, do you mind sharing how you championed over that depression stage?
It was one day at a time, you guys. Like for me, once I finished my internship and I graduated, I felt like in my mind, I was the best thing smoking. I thought jobs was just going to be beating down my door to hire me, and that wasn't the case at all. And like the job hunt, it was I would say it was definitely a struggle. I was applying everywhere, and nobody gave me a chance. Nobody gave me that shot, and I ended up back in a place that I tried so hard to get out of. And I went to school. I did my internship. I felt like I did everything right just to end up back where I started. And I knew I was worth more than the job I was at and what I was getting paid. Gotcha. And it was a long story, but I ended up getting laid off from that job. It wasn't my fault, y'all, but
Sounds like it's another story.
It's another long story. Like, we could be on here for hours, like, because I love to talk, and I got a lot of stories. But
man, we here to share it, man.
But I ended up getting laid off from that job, and at that point, that's when it really hit me, because most people don't know my story, but I had a rough childhood, financial burden, like the whole nine, and my whole goal in life was to run from that and not be in that financial burden.
Gotcha.
Not live check to check, and just to be financially stable. And for me to lose my job, the only job that was offered to me, I really got in that depressed state of not wanting to work out, just eating whatever. And when I say the pounds came, y'all, like the pounds came quick, and it took me to leave and to get hired on somewhere else, that change the scenery. Gotcha. For me to kind of wake back up on the inside,
Gotcha.
because I felt defeated, I felt like I had lost, everything I worked so hard for, and it wasn't there for me to to take, or wasn't there for me to get. And I felt like I was a failure for a while. It was so much that I could have done, and I felt like I stayed on the straight and narrow as much as I could. But at that point, it was like, you should have done this. You should have took the wrong route. Second guessing myself, and it took that change of scenery for me. And it took the people around me to change my vision and to set me on the path of, I wouldn't say righteousness, because I wasn't a bad kid, but it set me on the path of greatness, I feel like.
Gotcha. So in doing this time, you were a single parent too, right?
Yes.
So I'm sure that kind of must have been tough being a single dad. You are trying to find your way in life, and every single door that you have has been shut on you. So I definitely want y'all to hear that part of Craig's story, because he told y'all, like, he did suffer through a period of depression, but he was able to champion it and overcome it. And a lot of times that's who we are, that's what we do. We don't admit it. As men, man, I commend Craig, because that's a part of Craig I never knew. That's a part that he's sharing openly today. So, man, brother, I thank you for sharing that. So as you transition to Dallas, what led you to Dallas, that particular area, and essentially what became your why? I understand like the depression side of it, but what was essentially your why into getting you back on the right track, and what led you to Dallas?
For me, for Dallas, I was looking for a way out. Like I said, I had a rough childhood. Where I'm from is real rough. Not a lot of positivity, not a lot of good stuff going on. So I was looking to get out. I went everywhere. Like, when I tell y'all, I was applying all across the country, from California to Virginia to Phoenix.
Wherever you could put that pen to the paper.
Whoever called me first, I was gone. Whoever called me first, I was gone. And Dallas ended up calling me first, and that's how I ended up in Dallas.
Gotcha.
And like for me, and telling my story and the pain and the struggles, for the longest, I felt like it wasn't nobody's business. What I went through, my pain, my struggles, it was my personal thing. I felt like, and also, you guys, I didn't want anybody feeling sorry for me. For the longest, as a kid, I felt like, somebody would feel my pain. Somebody would see and say, like, this kid done been through enough. Like, this kid done struggled enough, and somebody would give me that shot. But that shot never came. I had to get up, and I had to make those moves to make that shot happen. Like, I had to create that opportunity. Like nobody was gonna give me that opportunity. You know, nobody was gonna give me
and take it essentially.
Oh, of course. You know, I definitely had to go out there and take it. And you know, as a single father, you know, it was. I didn't want her to struggle like I struggled. You know, I didn't want her to go without like I went without. You know, it's been times. You know, I remember. You know, like a whole, you know, winters without electricity, you know. It's man, it's y'all. I used to put a single mattress on the floor, you guys, in front of a fireplace.
Wow.
And me and my daughter used to actually sleep on the floor in front of a fireplace, and I used to squeeze her so hard to keep that body heat in her. And I used to squeeze her so hard I was scared I was gonna suffocate her. You know.
Wow.
And it's times like that where most people would give up. You know, most people was like, you know, when you feel like you've done everything right, you feel like you've done everything you can do, you know, and you still don't win, or you still don't end up where you want it, where you see yourself going, you know. And the reason I started sharing my story was because that pain, that struggle, everything I went through as a kid, that what built me today. You know, when people see me, they were like, dang, Craig got a strong will. You know, he's real, he's mind strong. You know, he's real tough. He never let anything get him down, you know. But they don't realize that the pain gave me that power. You know, I turned the pain into a power. You know, the struggles I went through gave me that strength. You know, I felt like if I can make it through that, I can make it through anything. You know. So when I got to Dallas, you know, it was like a new beginning for me. You know. This was a chance to, you know, rewrite history for myself, my life, and for my daughter.
And that's what you've been doing. Like, seriously, man. Like, it's been powerful what you've been doing. I have seen so much going on, so much happening with you. Since you made it to Dallas, bro. During that particular time, did you have like, I know you got family out there, but did you have friends during that time? Like
my which I would say was a mentor. He the one got me into the whole bodybuilding fitness thing. You know, my whole thing was everybody in the area or my service was fit. And I didn't want to be the only one not fit, you know. Like everybody walking around with their chest out, you know, and my belly out. I wanted my chest out instead of my belly out, you know. So I started working out with him first, and he the one kind of gave me that vision of, like, if you gave it everything you got, like, you got the tools, but if you put everything together, you could be successful in
the consistency.
The consistency.
That's why I ain't
right.
consistent.
You got to be consistent with it. You know, and once I got into it, and I started seeing my body changing. You know, I started seeing those positive results, and it became addictive. You know. Like going through a prep, a bodybuilding prep, other than having my daughter, was the most accomplished I ever felt in my life. You know, it's just that hard, and just to have that what I love about it is the mental toughness that it takes to do it. You know, like just the mental strength to just to push forward when you don't have anything left. You know, just to keep going where you dead tired, you're hungry. You're not sleeping as well as much, and just to have the mental fortitude and the strength to push through all that, I felt like a champion.
That's it, man.
I felt like a champion.
Over everything.
Over everything.
That's what's up, man. Wow. So we had to take a break. I am here with my little cousin, my country cousin, Craig Flame Cook. and we're talking about fitness. And man, you know, Champion Over Everything, the podcast, is a outlet for young people, for old people, for anybody to really share their story. And Craig has told us a dynamic story about how he's overcome and become a champion so far. So we definitely want to capture your story a little bit more, Craig. Mm-hmm. Tell us about Torch Fitness and how you came up with, how that brainchild came to be. Where did you get Torch Fitness from?
It's been, if anybody know me, I've it's funny because I've been Craig, I've been Denzel.
Denzel.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
You know, it was Blazing Fire, and where the heat and the flame came from is from my workouts. Like I'm known for, you know, just tough workouts, and okay. Where the place I trained, it was always known for being hot, and some of the my clients gave it the nickname the sweatshop, you know. So it started as the sweatshop, and once that kind of took off with the sweat and the heat, and me bringing those fire workouts, you know, it kind of built on each other.
Gotcha.
And that's where I kind of came up with the whole Torch Fitness, and it's been amazing. It's been an amazing ride. You know, I'm so thankful for the support I've gotten, and it's just God's work. I feel like when I first came to Dallas, you know, I wasn't personal training at all. Okay. You know, so the way my clinic is set up for my full-time job, you know, we have I work with veterans. So I had a lady that came in, and she came in for weight loss, mm-hmm. and we got it, and we did real well. You know, we did real well, and but you only get a certain amount of sessions, and she was like, Craig, you know, I would love to continue training with you and working out with you. Do you do this on the outside, like outside of VA? And at the time, I was like, no, but I can, you know. Like, if you want me, if you feel like I'm good enough to do this, like, And, you know, and during that time, I was still going through my journey as well. So I was still trying to lose weight and, you know, get my body together, you know. So I'm one of those people where I feel like I want to be the leader. Like, if nobody can tell me how to lose weight or get my body together if you know what I'm saying, if your body ain't together, you know. So I wanted to have my stuff together before I'm out telling other people how to get that, you know, what to do. You know, I didn't want to, you know, tell you how to lose your stomach when I had a stomach, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I started my personal training from her, just seeing
planting that seed.
Yeah, planting that seed, and And that next week, I started a little boot camp on my own. And she was like, I have some family members that'll love to do it as well. So I had I would say consistently about 8 to 10 people. We was at the park. We'll meet every day throughout the week, do our workout. But I was new to Dallas, so nobody really knew who you were. So I knew I had a lot to offer, and I wanted to be bigger than what I was.
Gotcha.
So time goes on. We doing this about a month or so, and I got up to about a consistent 15 people, and I knew I wanted to be bigger. I knew I wanted to be bigger, and
God just kind of put his hand on it.
And it was another. I would say it was another opportunity where it was another seed planted in my head.
Gotcha.
You know, and I was at the VA again, and another one of my patients, he was like, "Man, have you heard of this company?" And I was called Camp Gladiator, and they ran boot camps as well.
Okay.
And then I was like, "No," and he was like, "Man, you should really look into them. You know, they doing pretty much the same thing you're doing, and they making some pretty good money doing it." You know, because he was actually one of the members at the camp, so he was like, "Man, you got the personality, you got the attitude, man. You'll be a perfect trainer for it." And you know, when he first told me, I got to be honest, I really didn't look into it. I with not having that guidance as a child, you know, I pretty much always found my own way. And I really didn't. I really never liked anybody telling me what to do. Nobody, you know. Nobody.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like I really, me, somebody telling me what to do and somebody being over me really wasn't never my cup of tea.
I will say this about you though. I gotta interrupt you because to that point, man, Craig was staying with us and he was doing some. Craig ain't no bad guy. Craig wasn't a bad kid. But Craig was kind of doing some knucklehead stuff to where he didn't think we knew about it. And man, I'll never forget this night. We were riding around and man, Craig ended up, I was trying to beat around the bush because, so Craig is my cousin by marriage. And I didn't want to offend him. But Craig, one thing about Craig, he spoke up, he said, look man, if you got to tell me something, just tell me straight up. And from then on, I've seen your mentality with, for one, I'm not gonna say not taking authority because you take authority, but just be straight up. And I think that's what I see when I look at your videos online and your training is, man, you straight up with your clients. Like you're telling them, like even with the contest that you did earlier this year that we were a part of, we weren't consistent, y'all. You were straight up though. You were like, look, if you do X, Y, and Z, I guarantee you're gonna get the results. So, all right, you can go
ahead. So, I didn't like the idea of, you know, partnering with somebody else and them getting a cut of my money.
Gotcha.
You know, so I when he told me the first time, I brushed him off. And he came back to me again with the same. He was like, "Hey man, you know, did you ever look into, you know, that company?" I was like, I was like, man, they really, you know what I'm saying, making some serious money. They really, you know, doing well. Like, the trainers are doing well, and like I know, like you'll be perfect at it. Like I know you would kill it. And so I was like, okay, man. Like so, and during that same time, I knew I wanted to be bigger. You know, so. I partner with the company, and when I say they're a great company, I can't take nothing from them. And they put me on this platform, and when I say I excelled, it took off like wildfire. You know, and I feel like the people, they took me in because I was authentic. You know, they took me in because I was myself, and I let them see me. You know, I wasn't over them. You know, I wasn't authoritative over them. Like I wasn't, you know, just barking down. Like I let them see me, and I showed them that I cared. You know, and so when the people took to me and they just gravitated. Like I got up to like 100 and 110, 120 people within a year. Within my boot camp. And
that's amazing.
And I was one of the fastest growing trainers in that area.
Wow.
So once that kind of took off for me, they gave me the vision of like, you are doing what you're supposed to do. You know, this is where you're supposed to be. You know, this is like you are excelling in this. And I was with that company about like 2 years. I was with them about 2 years, and I was doing a lot, and that would kind of cause the separation from me and that company. Which I say is not a bad company at all. It's I'm thankful for everything I learned from them, the relationships I built from it. But I had my full-time job. I was running my boot camp. And I was personal training outside of my boot camp. Plus, me, I started doing the bodybuilding shows and retraining. It just was a lot.
You had a lot on your plate.
I had a lot on my plate.
So you kind of had to break that down to,
you know,
to prioritize.
You know, and with running with the Camp Gladiator, with working for somebody else, I couldn't control my schedule the way I wanted to. You know, and that's where the kind of divide became. You know. So I ended up leaving the company, and I've been on my own ever since. And I've been on my own ever since.
That's what's up, man. So Craig, tell us about, man. For one, tell us a little bit about how you got into modeling, and then what's the company that you've been modeling for? Because I mean, I looked at the videos, I was like, hey, that's my little cousin. Like, I was hyped. I was like, man, I need to go buy some of the clothes. But I tell you this, y'all didn't have no big dudes in there, man. Everybody, I said, man, they must don't make clothes for my size.
It's custom. It's definitely custom. Hey, shout out to Mike Smith, man. He's a great guy. We actually went to school together, and
okay.
So, yeah, we went to college together. And the modeling and the pictures really started with bodybuilding, you know.
Okay.
Once you got your abs popping, your chest popping, you know, you want to take pictures, you know, like so.
So I gotta look good.
You know, you definitely you want to take pictures,
yeah.
And I've always been into fashion. I've always been into suits and you know, looking good, and you know, P Diddy, you know what I'm saying,
yeah.
You know,
can't stop, won't stop,
you know. Suit and tie, like I always said, when I got rich, I was gonna wear a 3-piece suit every day. Like I was gonna train as a 3-piece suit, y'all.
So it's coming?
It's coming.
Okay.
It's coming. It's coming.
Y'all be on the lookout for that.
So, fashion, I always, you know, love fashion. And my first modeling experience or taking pictures, it started with, you know, just taking pictures after the shows, or, you know, on stage taking pictures. And I wanted to transition out of just that fitness box, you know, just it was all fitness shots. And I want to thank Mike. You know, he gave me my first shot of, you know, modeling his suits. You know, so I you know, he for my birthday, I did every year, y'all, I do a birthday shoot. If you don't know, just be on the lookout. March 25th. So he did a custom suit for me for my birthday, and we shot there. We did some videos, and he was like, "Man, like, you know, you can really do this." You know, like, so we started working together after that, and man, it's kind of taken off from there. That's, you know, just from just having that connection with him, and I reached out to him for service. You know, I paid him for a service, you know, and he returned that with, you know, giving me an opportunity. You know, I feel like a lot of times, you know, we want something for free, you know, especially if we feel like we know somebody, or
hook me up,
you know. So I reached out to him for a service where I was like, man, I want a suit for my birthday. You know, I want to, you know, everything is custom. And I was, you know, and that's where the relationship started. And when he was looking for models, I was one of the guys, you know, that you know, from working with him before and knowing, you know, I'm into fitness. You know, I had the body, you know, and you know, he gave me the opportunity.
So everything just aligned.
It just aligned, you know. And you know, that was my opportunity to kind of get out that whole fitness box and just to go into something different.
Awesome, man. So Craig, man, kind of tell us about where you want to take Torch Fitness for the next 5-10 years, or whatever you're planning. What's your total vision for just evolving fitness? And then a follow-up question to that would be, you know, what advice would you have for one of your clients who may have a similar story to yours and they have yet to share it?
As far as Torch Fitness, like, man, my dreams and my goals are so big. Like, I want to take it nationwide, you know. My thing before was, all my training was in person. Like I never done the virtual. I never got on camera, you know. And I was more of an in-person trainer, because I felt like in person you can feel me. You know what I'm saying? You can see me. You can know who I am. Like, you couldn't get that my same energy through a camera. That's what I felt like. You know. So I preferred to train in person rather than virtually. You know. So. Now when I'm crossing it over to the virtual world,
and does that do the COVID, like the virtual crossover, or is it something personal that you wanted to do?
It was a little bit of both. It really, I honestly, I can't say COVID, Cause I feel like I'm the type of person where I'm never satisfied, and I want to be. I always want to be bigger and bigger and bigger, and I felt like I kind of plateaued a little bit, you know, just so to speak, because you know all the other trainers, they was online. You know, I didn't have a website. You know, I wasn't training virtually. You know, so I knew I was gonna have to make that next step for me to grow. You know, so that what pushed it more so than COVID did. But for the next 5 years, I'm looking to have my own personal gym building, and I want to take Torch Fitness nationwide. And far as I want to have how other artists, like, I feel like I'm not a trainer, I'm an entertainer. You know, when you train with me, it's a party. You know what I'm saying? I'm an entertainer, I'm not a trainer.
I got you.
So when other artists, they take world tours, I want Torch Fitness gonna have a world tour.
That's what's up, man.
I'm gonna travel Florida, California,
the Netherlands.
Hey, I'm coming
everywhere.
I'm coming.
That's what's up, man.
And, I'm definitely coming. You know,
cool.
And I want to just spread my gift. You know, I feel like I got enough. What I say all the time, I got enough fire for everybody.
Flame on.
I flame on. Flame on.
Cool, man. All right. So, man, what would be your call to action? What is one message you want to send out there to the people that are watching this, the people that will be listening to this? What is one message that you have?
Your pain and your struggles is your power. That's what I preach. That's what I teach. Everything you've been through, like, most people let those situations beat them down. You know, but that is only setting you up, and is creating that foundation for greater. It's always creating that foundation for greater. And for those that's been in a situation similar to mine or different, share your story. You know, you don't realize how many people you would help by sharing your story. Like, how many people will relate to your story. You know, like I said earlier, I felt like my story was my business, and you know, so I didn't feel comfortable sharing it. Like, and of course I didn't want anybody feeling sorry for me or anything like that. But me being able to share my story, somebody can hear my story and gravitate to it and be like, if he did it, I can do it as well. Awesome. You know, so for anybody out there that hasn't shared, that has a story that they would like to share, that's what I want to do with my fitness and with my company. I want to create that platform, you know, for you could come and share your story and share, like, whatever your journey was, because everybody has a different journey. You know, everybody has a different journey, and once we put those stories out there, like, I'm only one person, you guys. Like, I only have one story, but if all my clients put their stories out there, we could reach a whole lot of more people.
Change
and really change the world.
So man, that's powerful. Look, so the last thing, Craig, is this: where can they find you?
Oh, hey, Facebook, baby. Hey, Facebook, Craig Cook. I have a group page, Torch Fitness by Craig Cook. I'm on Instagram, Torch Fitness by Craig Cook. My website is coming soon, you guys. Be on the lookout for that. Everything is Torch Fitness by Craig Cook. I promise you'll find me. You'll know me when you see me. I promise. You'll know it. You'll know me when you see me.
So look, this is just part one. We gonna follow up with Craig because I gotta work on stuff, man. We gonna talk about fad dieting. At some point, we're gonna talk about you know, supplements. So we are going to have Craig back on a later date, just for a different series and consistently, because as Craig wants to get his story out, our platform as well, Champion Over Everything, is a place for people to do that. We focus on family, fitness, fun, finance, faith, living life in the key of health. That's what we do every single day. And Craig, man, you are a champion over everything, cuz. I love you, man.
All right, thank you for having me.
Appreciate you for coming on. All right, family. Y'all take care. Peace and love.